Welcome back, everyone. Exodus 19 describes the giving of the law to Israel at Mount Sinai. Verse 17 of that chapter states, "Then Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet God, and they took their stand at the foot of the mountain." The Hebrew word is tachti. The word can refer to depths, or being under something, or the lower parts of something. The translation foot of the mountain is appropriate. Jewish commentator Nahum Sarna is one of many who notices nothing amiss and glosses the phrase as the lowest part on the level ground. There's apparently nothing to see here. But as we discussed previously, the rabbis have been known to take alternative meanings of words, fit them into a verse, and come up with new insight and a new story to go along with it. And as we've also seen, sometimes these stories end up in the Quran. Since tahti can also mean under, the rabbis determined that the text actually says that Israel was standing underneath the mountain. In this precarious position, they were given the law. If they refused, God would drop the mountain down on top of them. Talk about an offer you can't refuse. Some of you may be asking, doesn't this sound suspiciously like the Quran? Yes, it does. Several verses describe what we just read in the Talmud. "And we raised the mountain above them with their covenant, and we said to them, 'Enter the gate in prostration.' Or again, 'Remember when we shook the mountain above them, as if it were a canopy, and they thought it was going to fall on them.'" Could Allah be borrowing from the rabbis again? Ibn Kathir sure was. His interpretation precisely matches the Talmud. In commenting on 293, he says, "Allah reminded the Jews of their errors, breaking his covenant, transgression, and defiance, when he raised Mount Tur above them, so that they would believe and agree to the terms of the covenant." We've seen this development before. Let's look at it again. From a common Hebrew word in the book of Exodus, which was easily enough understood, to the rabbis who added their characteristically creative touch and a story to go along with it, to the Quran, where the mountain performs a similarly intimidating function, compelling the Israelites to accept the Torah, an interpretation Ibn Kathir, among others, confirms. It's so fascinating that Muslim scholars made concerted efforts to rid their tradition of Israelite tales. Yet here we have another example of them being unsuccessful, in no small part because the Israelite tales had already made it into the Quran. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.